Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about a film that will be releasing this Friday, July 24th on Netflix. And this film is The Kissing Booth 2. The entire cast returns for this film, as it is the sequel to the 2018 film The Kissing Booth, which is also available on Netflix right now. And if you're a fan of the novels, then you know that this film is based on The Kissing Booth 2, Going the Distance by the author Beth Reekles. Now, although it is a new school year and a new norm, Elle and Noah, now in love, are put to the ultimate test because Elle returns for her senior year of high school in California, where Noah has now went to college, now attending Harvard University in Boston, Massachusetts. So you have the two of them on two separate coasts of the United States. And, you know, if any of you have ever been through a long distance relationship, then you know it becomes extremely challenging, yet alone the college and teenage life that's already ahead of them. So quickly, I'm just going to read the synopsis, then I'm going to break this film down for you all. So Elle Evans just had the most romantic summer of her life, and her reformed bad boy boyfriend, Noah Flynn. Now, Noah is off to Harvard, and Elle heads back to high school for her senior year. She has to juggle a long distance relationship, going into college, going to her dream college for her best friend Lee, and the complications brought on by a close friendship with a handsome, charismatic new classmate named Marco. Meanwhile, Noah grows close to a seemingly perfect college girl, which now leaves Elle having to decide how much she truly trusts him and where her heart truly belongs. So, this film. Now, I'll break it down as if you did not watch the first one. But this film is it's a teenage love story. It's a feel-good story. So it follows suit to all of those same type of movies that are that the source material comes from novels. Twilight, Divergent, etc., etc., etc. So, you know, very upbeat, very easy, simple plot, a lot of love. Sometimes it's just, you know, it has its moments where it's just like, but nonetheless, you know what you're getting yourself into when you mention the names of those other films. Nonetheless, this film does talk about love and trust in a relationship and heartbreaks. And as in all teenage love stories, there's always a love interest, a triangle, but in this case, a square. Because, Elle is really having to dice some things around because Elle, number one, now Elle and Lee are best friends, as we've seen in the first film. You know, they're really good friends that just always depend on each other. They always have each other back. But if you haven't seen the first film, which is a flashback in this film, so it helps you out, you know, there's a scene where the two of them really say some really deep emotional things to each other, which could complicate things within a friendship. But as we see the two of them on this film, they're still striving really good as being friends. However, their relationship complicates other things around them. So that's one thing that's going on. Not to mention Elle, who is absolutely in love with Noah, trying to figure out whatever they can do to make it work. Now, Lee and Elle have plans to go to UC Berkeley, which is in California. That's been their childhood dream, to go to college together. Well, Noah is now in Boston at Harvard, and well, Elle has a decision to make on what college she wants to go to next year. And while things could be easier for her going to Harvard or any school in the surrounding Boston area to be close to Noah, that also means that will break their childhood dream with Lee, which will ultimately crush him. So she's having to dice that around. Meanwhile, Elle does decide, like, well, what happens if I do go to Harvard? Well, anybody that knows anything about Harvard, one of the most prestigious universities in the entire world, you know, it's a pretty price tag on that. And she's like, oh, well, how am I going to pay for tuition? Well, she stumbles upon a dancing contest, a video game dancing contest, a DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, but in this film, DDM, where if she can win the contest, well, she'll have a lot of money to go towards her tuition. So her and Lee being the best friend he is, decides like, hey, I'll help you out with that and we'll get it done. But Lee, come to find out, is having a complication of his own, not to mention also doesn't feel like he is in suit to be her best partner. Lee seeks out somebody that is perfect for him. And that is the new classmate Marco, who's overly talented, good at the game. He's a musician. He's just a good guy. He gets it all around. But the two of them together end up not just being a favor for Lee and helping Elle. It actually becomes something where the two of them are very. They become fond of each other, and it becomes really energetic. And while everything's so complicated for Elle, Marco really brings the best out of her. Truly provides the happiness, the funness that she's really just been deprived of recently because of just all the stress of everything else. So yeah, there's amazing chemistry between them, and that just leaves Elle in such a more difficult situation because she doesn't know what to do and how to make everybody happy. So, but anyway, like, look, it's a teenage movie, and teenage love movies, you know, is drama on drama on drama, and even when some of this resolves halfway through the movie, it is still more drama and drama afterwards. So, but anyway, this film, I thought, again, it's very simple, and for it to be a feel-good movie, I mean, you can't really dislike them. You just kind of get through it, and this one did a lot to really entertain. I actually thought the DDM scenes were really, really fun. Kind of made me miss the arcade days, to be honest. But they just did a really good job in showing that. And nonetheless, you know, Joey King, who plays Elle Evans, this is a phenomenal actress. She's really growing into her own, and would absolutely be a megastar the more and more she keeps doing films, so many different diverse films. So she just does a really phenomenal job in this film as the lead, and I think it's really organic because I think, you know, teen movies, we all were teens at some point, so to kind of tap into that, and her probably, she definitely is a teenager about right now. It's just a really good, easy role for her. But nonetheless, she shows a lot of emotion, and she's just really good at what she does. But nonetheless, if you are a fan of the novels, then you know there's got to be another film coming about. And this film absolutely sets up that. Do not want to kind of talk about that point, but there's absolutely setting up for another film. And during the credits, there's a lot of gag footage going on too, so you definitely stay tuned to that for some extra laugh. Now, the last thing I will say before the review is over is that you might want to watch the first one, which is on Netflix, because there are some elements of this film that you don't understand unless you see the first one. And that's, like, in particular, the rules. Like, they mention rules in this film, and they don't really mention how the rules were created or why they go about the rules and so on. So it kind of will throw you for a loop. I think maybe the trailers say something about it. I'm not sure. Maybe the trailers for the first one. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, if you have not seen the first one, you would not quite catch what they mean by referring to the rules in this. So, but yes, The Kissing Booth 2 comes out this Friday, July 24th on Netflix. As always, once you check it out, come back in the comments, let me know. And as always, stay tuned for future reviews here on my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody, and everybody stay safe. Big gold bell.